keep score. I don't care if the sun don't shine. I get my loving in the evening time when I'm with my baby. We're gonna kiss and a kiss and a kiss and a kiss. We're gonna kiss some more. Who cares how many times we kiss? 'Cause at a time like this, we keep score. I don't care if the sun don't shine. I get my loving in the evening time when I'm with my baby. And it don't matter if it's sleet or snow. Driving cozy when the lights are low and with my baby. It makes no difference if the rain comes down. I don't notice when he's around. No boy, what a baby. That's when we're gonna kiss and kiss and kiss and kiss. We're gonna kiss some more. Just one kiss from my baby make me hot. More, 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 more. I don't care if the sun don't shine. I get my loving in the evening time when I'm with my
and then she kiss some more.
well, one kiss from my baby make me hot. More.
More.
I don't care if the sun don't shine. I get my loving in the evening time when I'm with my baby.
When she's with her baby.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the lounge for tonight. Are you guys all excited for this amazing show that we have in store for you tonight? I know I'm excited. We had a little week off. We had a little week going off because I had to get to my 5-day challenge for my Define the Dream to get people to get to define their dream during this high manifestation time, and it was amazing. So if you were in the challenge this week, thank you so much for joining and being a part of it. And Manifesting with Marisa is now open for the second time in 2021. And if you want to get in on it, just go to mydreamdriver.com. And we are open for business. Get in on your 30-day Dream Driver program. And I am so excited to see everybody moving on out of that challenge and defining their dream. So thank you all for coming. Let's just say hi to everybody who's here so far. Christina, nice to see you. Deb, good to see you, Deb. And Nober, you've been with us all week. Thanks for, sticking with us and being a trooper. Paula, you've been with us all week. How you doing? Hi, Christina. And Nober, yes, thank you. I'm sure April, May, and Catfish Dave are excited to hear that. Beth Ann, nice to see you. Michelle, Sue, nice to see you. Oh my God, Sue, it's been so long. How are you? Christina, April, May, and the June Bucks fan. Good to see you guys. So everybody's already here. You guys were missing us last week. We're back again. And for those of you here from the Dream Driver program, you're here to support April, May, and the June Bugs because she's got they've been on the show since we started the show. They've been our house band through all of our holidays and celebrations. And she has got, well, her and Catfish Dave, just not her. They have an amazing announcement tonight. And we also have special guest Rob Kessler coming on of $1 Million Caller. We call him the $1 Million Man. He's got a lot of stories to tell us. And you know me, I like getting in, down and dirty, asking those personal questions. So he's not even sure how crazy it's going to get because he thought like I was all professional backstage. But we'll see what happens. He is like a former player. I mean, one of those guys that you're like telling your friends, do not date that guy. You're going to get burned because this guy is a total ladies man. He said it on his interview. He's like, I cheated on every girl I was with. And I guess there was a woman that came into his life and wrapped him around her finger, and he is a reformed man. Like, how does that happen? Because I don't believe that could happen. So I want to hear his story. And he also has an amazing business transformation story. He started a business, like we talked about in Define the Dream. He started a business in his basement, which went from $0 to $1 million in his basement. And he is the owner of $1 million caller. So I can't wait to bring him on tonight. But without further ado, let's bring on our lovely co-host, Medium Elise Santillano!
Hey, Marisa!
Elise.
Marisa, I've missed you.
I missed you too.
Yeah.
How are you doing? I know you had a rough week, I hear.
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm better now. I'm feeling much better. Yeah, it was a little bit scary, but everything's good. I'm here. It's Friday.
You know what you need? You know what you need to do, Elise?
$1 Million Man.
Yeah, you need to do $1 Million Man. The keyword is do. Okay. And in the background, I think you just need to put your Christmas tree back up in the background because it gives you good luck. You know what I'm saying?
I'll ponder that. I'm not sure if I want to do that. That's
it just, you know. But
Maybe
I'm so glad.
String lights like you. Maybe I'll put some lights in the back.
I put the lights on a live plant. I don't think it likes it too much, but after the show, I take them down.
But it looks nice. It's very ambiance-y, if we can call it. That's even a word.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's a word. But no, you look good.
Jason Snyder, our paranormal investigators here, want to say hi.
Hello,
Hi, Jason.
How
Michael
are
Ruff.
you?
We have the men in the audience tonight.
Mike Ruff is
Michael
here.
Ruff. Oh my goodness gracious.
Hi, Beth Ann. How are you doing? Hi,
Beth Ann, Paula.
Hi,
Hey, Nobler. She's everywhere.
And Nobler.
Hello from Ohio, Maureen. Thanks for coming from Ohio.
Oh,
That
that's
sounds
cool.
awesome.
Wonderful.
I'm so excited. So I don't know about you, but I know a lot of I have a lot of male friends. Okay.
I do too.
I have a lot of male friends. And I wouldn't get involved with any of my male friends or tell my
I've always
friends.
said that.
Exactly. Tell my friends to get involved with any of the male friends who are like total players. Like you just don't know. They think then they find that one woman and then they're like, oh, I'm good for like 3 months and then they're off the races again. It's kind of hard to get that out of unless and usually this stuff. Go ahead.
No, you see their cycle, like the type of people they go after too. Like,
Oh yeah.
you and I are nowhere near that kind of low caliber that they tended to date. Like, I have one best friend. He's been happily married over 10 years. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's got a good woman. And I really think it makes a big difference. But you're saying you would never date anybody that you're friends with? And then we always said it's because we're too smart for them and they know that.
Well, no, it's not that I wouldn't date a friend. It's that if I knew my male friend, I knew his history, I certainly would not tell my female friends to take a ride on that train. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
Look, we got Bernie. We got Bathroom Bernie in the audience here.
Hey,
He is the
Bernie.
wingman. He's been teaching women how to date for 50 years and 75 years, whatever he's doing, and he's still on the blocks. No, maybe not 50 years. I just feel like he's been doing it forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, I mean, I want to hear the story. I totally believe the guy. First of all, I talked to him backstage. He's in business also with his wife. They have, I'm probably getting this wrong, but they've had like 10 businesses together or something.
Wow.
And he's with her in the morning when he wakes up, in the afternoon. I need space. I don't know if I could do that, but I have, I do work alongside, my partner. So I totally understand, but like, I get crazy if I can't get my space. You know what I'm saying?
I could not do it.
So
but I give
here's,
you guys kudos.
well, I don't know. But here we have a ladies' man who now is like with a woman 24/7. He has a boat that he's on all the time, and it's like 350 square feet. So then he's on the boat in a pandemic, and they're together all the time. I don't know how he's doing it. I really don't. There must be some secret he's got to tell us. All the men are here tonight, which is real weird. It's usually all the women, but we have Bernie, we got Jason, we got Michael. They want to, I guess they want to hear Rob. They want to hear what he has to say because they want to take some notes.
See,
That's what I'm
Jason
thinking.
couldn't do it either. I'm with Jason. I couldn't be 24/7 together.
No, I don't know. I don't know how Rob does
do
it. I want to know. He's saying, I'm like, well, what's going to be the takeaway for our audience tonight? He's like, I'm going to teach them how not to settle and to pick the perfect mate. So I'm like, all right, I want to know what that is.
Well, I'm
all right.
interested in that.
I'm interested. And he's going to tell us how he transformed his life from the basement to $1 million. We obviously want to know that.
Right.
Some people in the audience are saying they can't hear you, so if you want to pump your mic up a little higher. All right, so
A little better? Or no?
if you guys could let us know out in the audience how Elise's mic is, that would be awesome.
Hello? 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
4, 5, 6.
Can you guys
Little
hear
better?
Elise? Can everybody hear Elise?
I'll
Everybody?
start singing if you can.
No, don't do that. I'm here. Okay,
Oh,
Jason.
okay.
See this? There's a little
Still
little
muffled?
delay. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody
I'm
other
sorry.
than Michelle? Can you is other than Michelle? Everybody else in the audience is Elise muffled? To just tell me if you hear her clearly. So I know you're saying yes.
Okay, I just changed my settings. Is that better?
No,
No,
very low.
All right.
All
I'll be
right, let
quiet
me
tonight then.
let me change your mic settings.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody. It's the
All right,
first
I'm gonna
time
pump.
people said they can't hear me because I have a big mouth.
All right, how's that, guys?
What about now?
So, what about now? Can
Oh.
you hear her?
Better but low, she said.
Okay, clear for Paula. Okay, so I pumped it up a little bit.
Okay. Better?
Okay.
Better on Facebook. Okay.
All right, we're
Can't hear her,
trying.
but- All right.
All right. Well, we're gonna bring
It's not
on
about me,
a
so go ahead.
better. Okay. So, Biff. Okay, we're better. I pumped it up a
Okay.
little bit.
Okay.
All right. So we want to start the lounge with some music, right? We want to start the lounge with some music. We don't want to like not have music because that it just brings the energy up, right?
Right. Exactly.
And April, May, and the June Bugs, they have a very special announcement tonight, and I can tell you I'm the first one to get on it because I know about it. I know about this announcement, and it is insane. So awesome. April and Dave, what up?
Hey. How are
How you guys doing?
How are you?
Good.
Good.
We're going to just tease that you're not going to tell the announcement just yet because you're going to play a song, get us all revved up, right?
Yes.
And then you're going to tell us your announcement after that. All right. So I'm going to put you guys on our little featured on the big screen. What are you guys playing tonight? Something different?
Yeah, so this is a song that I discovered. It's actually from 1935, and we had a little bit of creativity with it. We call the folk process is what Pete Seeger described it. When you take an old song and you cook it up for new melodies, change the words, change the melodies, just cook it up your way. So this is called Spring is Here.
All right, we will mute our microphones so that we can
All right. Ready? Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Open the window and lock the door. Get the music going just one more. Hey, hey, we got it made. Spring is here. Everybody, time to shake and sass. Hold it down, not too fast. Hey, hey, we got it made. Spring is here. Mr. Guitar Man, sit back upon your throne. If you need a helping hand, you'll be rewarded. Shake it down like a doggone fool. Open the window and lock the door. Take the rug up off the floor. Hey, hey, we got it made. Spring is here. Open the window and lock the door. Get the music going just one more. Hey, hey, we got it made. Spring is here. Everybody, time to shake and sass. Hold it down, not too fast. Hey, hey, we got it made. Spring is here. Mr. Guitar Man, sit back upon your throne. If you need a helping hand, you'll be rewarded. Shake it down like a doggone fool. Open the window and lock the door. Take the rug up off the floor. Hey, hey, we got it made. Spring is here. Oh, happy. get a man to back up on your throne. If you need a helping hand, you'll be rewarded. Shake it down like a dog. Open the window and lock the door. Take the rug up on the floor. Hey, hey, you gotta stay, spring is here.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, liking that. What's up?
Yay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Awesome.
That was
Yes.
wonderful.
Thank
I
you.
loved it. And everybody else. Oh, Paula is saying 1935 was a great era for loving this one. All right.
Yeah. Nice to dust that one off.
Awesome. Oh my God. How you guys feeling tonight?
We're feeling great. It's great to be
You guys
here.
heard my intro. So you guys are a married couple who work together all the time, 24/7.
Yes, we absolutely are.
Yeah.
And
I mean, imagine being on
think
tour, living in a boogie bus together.
Oh yeah, I have the picture of the bus in case, I just keep it on hand. This is the bus. This is their bus that goes down 495, 95, 295 in Philly, Schuylkill Expressway. There it is, and it runs on vegetable oil. That's the bus.
That's her.
And there they
So
are.
cool.
Awesome. Well, you guys, I know you guys had a really, really long week, and I don't know if April stressed you out, Dave, or Dave, you stressed April out, or you guys held it together during this stressful time. Because you guys have a special project that's coming up.
We did. We sure did.
I'm very excited about it. I think the secret to your marriage is is Dave just sits back and he's like, whatever you want to do, honey. That's it. Right? That's the man's job.
And he makes me
He's just
laugh.
smiling.
Yeah, making someone laugh is very key.
Yeah.
And
it
having
absolutely
laughter together is very key. So
Sometimes
Yes.
tickling is involved too.
is. We
tickling?
don't want to get personal here.
Gucci, Gucci, goo.
Stop.
okay, let's stop that. There
We
you
can move on now.
Right now.
Christina loves the bus, by the way.
Oh, hey, Christina. I saw Michelle Danella and Andover too, y'all. Hello.
Awesome. All right. Well, we are going to give you guys a little break and prepare yourselves for our special announcement from April, May, and the June bugs. Get ready.
Bugs.
And we'll see you soon, okay? And you'll be playing a
Bye.
couple more songs. All right. I can't have you on the left. All right.
I know.
So are you ready to bring on Rob Kessler?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
I mean,
wanna
this
hear-
guy's-
I want to hear
I'm
the
gonna-
story.
I'm sorry, Rob. I'm going to be tough. Let's see. I'm going to ask you some tough questions. I think he's used to it, though. I don't think he's even going to
I
be
would think
phased.
so.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
Fantastic.
The first question I have to ask, are you wearing a $1 million collar shirt?
Oh, there
Of
you
course. It's Viagra for your shirt. It's finally something that'll stay up all night.
So we have some men in the audience, so I know we weren't going to talk about $1 million collar, but let's talk about it because maybe these men are going to want your product. So tell us what you developed and what is the $1 million collar?
So the simplest way to explain it is think collar stay, except 9 inches long, and it goes down the front of the shirt where the buttons and the holes are. I hate wearing a tie, so I never, button it all the way up. Dress shirts were designed to be worn buttoned all the way up with a tie. I got married on the beach in Jamaica to my beautiful wife, and obviously didn't wear a tie, but my shirt looked absolutely terrible. So I came home, looked at those photos, and said, there's got to be something we can do. Starch just doesn't last, and everything else was kind of around the collar, but nothing really addressed the actual problem, which is the weight of the collar collapses the placket of the shirt. So I cut open a shirt, I shoved a piece of cardboard down, showed my new bride, and she's like, I get what you've been freaking out about all these years. Let's do it. And she was 100% behind me in this whole process of inventing this product and the R&D for 3 years and taking our wedding money, our honeymoon money to get this business started. And that was 2013. We got married. So 7 years in, and it's cranking. So it's awesome.
So you went from being in your basement, developing this product. So are you having another income at this time, or you had no other income? You were just, this was it.
So the basement gig, I had a screen printing and embroidery business that I started in my basement. So I had a little 4-color 2-station press with a flash dryer, and I was screen printing shirts in my basement. I did about 30,000 shirts in my basement. And when my wife and I met, she was working in a corporate job, but she was always into fitness. So I said, well, why don't you do fitness? Like shredded 6-pack abs, ripped body, total gym rat girl. Like but she's not like bulky. She's just very sexy. But people would always say, how do you get abs? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I said, well, why don't you start training? And so she started training in the spring near our house. And by the end of the summer, she'd quit her full-time job. She had clients 6 days a week. And we bought a 6,000 square foot building a few blocks from our house. And she opened her gym. I finally moved out of the basement. We rented out half the building to other tenants, and we ran our business in there for a few years. And that was the one that I grew to $1 million out of my basement.
Wow.
We sold that to move to Los Angeles, literally sold everything we had, started over completely. So I was developing $1 Million Collar while I was running Nude Clothing Company and Nude Custom Printing, which was NEWD, which stood for Nothing Else Will Do.
Nice.
So I always like to play with the name and have fun with the name of my company. So
awesome. So you're like a serial entrepreneur, you would say.
it turns out it wasn't really the plan, but I guess that's what the title is now.
Yeah, and your wife is also like happier being an entrepreneur and not working, obviously, the 9 to 5.
Yeah, I mean, she'd sit at her desk and be twiddling her thumbs, kind of waiting for the owner to say, okay, I need to do this, we need to do that. And I mean, she had it like 5-star lifestyle. I mean, first class plane tickets, 5-star restaurants, best hotels, traveled all around the world with her boss. They were in the snack food industry, and she just didn't love it, but she loved fitness. And so I helped her, kind of find that path. And it was amazing to watch her go from one night a week after work to 6 nights a week with clients, a second class after the first class, and just saying people like, dude, I need to do this. And then 2 years later, she was named the #1 trainer in the city of Milwaukee.
And you helped her kind of promote herself and all that stuff and develop a plan?
I just supported her.
Yeah.
To say, you're amazing and I think you can do this. And that was it. I didn't really, I don't have any, she's very, very A-type personality. She's very organized. She's very determined. So when she'd go on her business trips, she'd be reading like how to get my personal training license, and she'd be studying and taking all that tests and doing that on her business trips. And so I just gave her the little nudge, and now we've done several businesses together, and not quite 10 yet, but we're getting there.
All right. So you know what I want to know about. You know where I'm going. So you guys made a lot of money. You're sitting on your boat right now, right? You're sitting on your boat
Yep.
in Los Angeles. And you guys are still running businesses. You're still making good money. You're still living the life, right? So that's good.
Yeah, we're about to close on this business within the next 30 days. So we grew this from nothing 3 years ago, and we'll be closing in about 30 days.
So you're selling this business now?
Yep.
And then what are you going to do?
So we bought a house in Atlanta, and I'll be doing $1 Million Collar and Go Tyless full time. And then I'm sticking on with the boat business to kind of help them on the back end and help that facilitate and transition. So I've got a little bit of the boat without any of the overhead and liability and any of that stuff. So it's a really amazing place to be.
I can't really even keep up with all your endeavors, Rob, but I'm
Plate has to be full or I get really, really bored. So
yeah, obviously. Yeah. I mean, I've been an entrepreneur my whole life too. And I worked for somebody once in my life, and I said, I won't ever do this again. And it's just, you have to work hard, but it's a great life to have. You know what I mean? So everybody, we have men, we have women in our audience, and everybody wants to either know about finance or romance, right? And so you have both to share with us today. So, me and Elise, we've been through the ringer with the relationships, and we're obviously right now a little untrusting about what you're saying, just because we've seen enough in our lives to know that, most players don't really turn, their lives around and become monogamous men. It's just sometimes not.
Very
but
rare.
A lot of time, it's very rare. So a lot of times you see that some of this stuff, like with somebody who does it all the time, it's usually related to childhood stuff. And if they heal that, then maybe they could transition that. But I don't know where you come into it. And tell us about what your romantic life was like prior to meeting your wife. Like, tell us about
we call that BL. That's before Linda, and then there's BR, which is before Rob.
Okay, how old were you?
Yeah.
How old were you when you met Linda?
32.
Okay, so you were in your
Okay.
30s. You were
Yeah.
in your 30s. Okay.
And she's
So before
7 years younger.
Okay, so yes, but you were already 32. That's what matters. So
Yeah.
you so what were you like before 32? Tell us.
Total playboy. It was a sport to me. I love women. I love. It was weird because like most girls I would hook up with, it was, you'd be like a one night stand or whatever. You'd hang out, you hook up, but the next morning I'm thinking, well, do I want to spend more time with this person? Is there something I like about her? Is there anything there? Like it was always like trying to look for something more. And my dad is in the jewelry business. And so I sold engagement rings for him for 5 years, and I'd sit there and watch people come in and just know that relationship wasn't going to work. But so I
Wow.
I love romance. I'll get teary eyed when I see like a good, proposal video or something. But so I always had that in there. And I told my dad so many times, I'm going to marry this girl. And he's like, sure. And then when I said it about Linda, he said he didn't even believe me because I'd said it so many times. But so I always wanted that, but I would always find a reason to be like, I'm on to the next one. And it wouldn't stick. So sometimes it'd be one night, sometimes it'd be 2 weeks. I've made it to about 2 years, I think, 2.5 years. That was about as long as a relationship I ever had.
Do you think it was fear? Do you think it was from your childhood? Do you think it was because you got hurt when you were younger? Why do you think this pattern of behavior happened to you?
So my parents had a really rough divorce. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but my first girlfriend, we were in high school into college, and she cheated on me. And then I was like, screw this. I have whatever,
Yes.
man. And then at the same time, I had friends that were about 3 years older than me. So I got my fake ID when I was like 18 years old. And by the time I turned 21, it was just like, hey, I'm 21. These guys are all like, oh, you're 21 now? So I was doing the bars when I was 18 years old. These guys that were 3 and 4 years older than me, and they were all players. They're all hooking up girls, and I was the shy one of the group. But that was just who I ended up hanging out with. I was played soccer, and that was just those guys. And I wanted to fit in, so I was just trying to kind of be like them. But it's actually when I parted ways in friendships with them, that's part of what started leading me down the more monogamous and more faithful path. The last girlfriend before Linda wasn't, it was pretty faithful, but not totally.
So let me go back to high school. So the one that cheated on you, I bet you were faithful to, correct?
Oh yeah. I mean, so we're in Milwaukee. She went
Yeah.
off to Madison. So she's in party school, and I'm like trying to get there every weekend. And we made it to about Halloween. I think she hooked up with another guy on Halloween, and that was it. So
You were devastated. Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I see that with a lot. If I ask questions, I know there's a lot of guys that I know, friends of mine, it started when they got cheated on and they weren't cheating. That's when it started for them. And then they went off the rails for like forever.
Yeah.
It's so true, though.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
I was
true.
selling plasma to bring this girl flowers. I mean, whatever it took, I was trying to be the guy.
Oh, so you're a hopeless
That's love.
romantic. Yeah,
totally.
you're like a hopeless romantic. Like you believed in love, you got your heart shattered. Your dad sold engagement rings, and you guys had a bad divorce. Of course, you're gonna not get close to anyone and be like, I'm gonna push you away before you push me away or hurt me. So let me do this before I get it close to you.
And it was never malicious, It was always a good time. Like I stayed friends with a lot of girls that I had a one night stand with, and we just had a good relationship. And I was like, I just can't date you. It was the girls that I dated that was like never speaking again, like just split the earth. Like we're never going to talk again. So
I have to ask you, you had mentioned something that kind of sparked my interest. You said when people would come in and buy engagement rings, like, was it an intuitive feeling that you knew that they weren't going to work out? Or how would you be able to predict that? Like, what was it about some of these couples that you would meet for half hour that you knew?
Well, to me, it was a lot of body language. It was a lot of how the conversations are going. But guys flat out would be like, dude, if I don't buy her this ring, she's going to leave me. I'm like, well, that's not a good reason to get engaged. Mm-hmm. And, I talked to a lot of people, and they're like, well, we've been together for so long, and it's just time. And, it's just the next thing. And it's like, that sounds like you're settling in life and in your partner, and you're going to have a miserable next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could just kind of feel it.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it didn't happen to me, but coworkers were getting hit. Like the guy would go to the bathroom, and the girl's like under the table, like trying to play footsie with my coworkers. I mean, It's
What?
weird stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. Not too many returns. We had a 30-day return policy. Some people would bring it back, but it's
15 days.
yeah, it's
Oh my gosh.
you never know. But the guy would come in like, if I don't give her this this weekend, it's over. And I'm like, that's not how you want to make this commitment.
Yeah. And so what would you see on the other end with the people you did think were there for the right reasons? What kind of things would you see?
I like to ask questions too, like how do you guys make it last? I mean, people come back for their anniversary. I'd love to know, how do you make it last so long? But some people you can just tell, man, they just like together. They're having fun. It's not like a super serious thing. A lot of guys would come in by themselves, so I was able to have kind of a good one-on-one conversation with them. I mean, try selling engagement rings after your heart just got shattered, though. I was with a girl that I thought I was going to marry, and she cheated on me and broke up with me, and I was like, I had to put on a happy face, like, "Oh, you're getting engaged. That's really great."
Whatever happened to that girl? Whatever happened? Did you ever come back, or whatever happened to her?
I don't know. I mean, I think she got remarried or married. So I don't know. Apparently I drunken told her dad I was going to propose, and he gave us like 5 acres of land or something. He bought us for a wedding present, and then we broke up a couple months later. Yeah,
Wow.
it was. Okay. And then I moved to Los Angeles for the first time. I'm like, I got to get out of here.
All right, so let's fast forward. And so you're this player. You got rid of those people you were hanging out with. You're moving in a new direction, doing well in the business. Tell me about Linda. Tell me what happened, how you met her, what happened.
So we were both I was about 2.5 years into a relationship. She was 2 years in. I was living with my girlfriend. She had just given a key to her boyfriend 2 years into dating to her apartment. And we crossed paths at my buddy's birthday. And I got introduced to her, and she actually, when I walked up to her and her boyfriend were talking, and my buddy was standing here, and she saw me coming, and she kind of dipped around my buddy to look like she was single. And so I got introduced to her. I was in real estate at the time, as well as doing the clothing business. And so she was going to buy a condo or a duplex or something. So we started talking about real estate, and then we started talking about business. And, she'd be like, "Oh, I have to go to this mall that's like in between my house and her business." And so we'd meet up, and we just started talking. We really connected. There was no pressure whatsoever. I thought she was way out of my league. But there was just no pressure whatsoever, because I didn't think that anything was happening. I was just trying to find a client and sell her a condo or a duplex and make some money. And so we started, talking, and it just felt really natural. And kind of the great part is I'd be like, "God, my girlfriend's doing this. It drives me crazy. I hate when she does that." And it'd be like, "My boyfriend does this. I hate this. I hate that." So basically dating was done before we started dating, because we knew all the things not to do that the other person was hating about their partner. Wow. And I was the total opposite of everybody she'd ever dated. She always dated gym guys that, had to go to the gym 2 hours a day and were totally ripped. And I had long hair and tattoos and never worked out. And so it was just something totally different for her. But that's how we crossed paths, and we just started talking. And I think within a month or two, we'd broken up with our other people and started dating.
So you broke up with your other people like naturally?
And went right in. Huh?
Okay, so you guys broke up with your other people like naturally, or for each other?
For each other. We knew. She ended up going to she had 2 weddings in one day. And in the first wedding, they got into it, and she said, "Give me my key back." And so she went to the second wedding alone, and I was at my cousin's bachelor party in like rural Iowa. So we were texting the whole weekend, and I saw her on Friday night. My girlfriend gave me a really hard time before I left for that. It was over Labor Day weekend or Memorial Day, whichever one's in September. And so I'm texting Linda the whole weekend. She's at this wedding. I came home. I left early to see Linda, spent a couple hours with her. And then my girlfriend was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just leaving right now for a 4-hour drive." And so I hung out with Linda. I went home, and I said, "This ain't going to work. This is it." And I broke up with her on the spot. She moved out a couple days later, and then Linda and I were officially together.
Wow. And so then fast forward, how did you know like this was the one and you wanted to marry her and all that stuff?
So about 2 weeks after we started dating, I got a key to her apartment. She had a key.
Oh wow, you got the key. That's good.
And I said, I just on a whim, I was ready for a tattoo. I was getting a sleeve, and I said, "Hey, what's your favorite flower?" And she said, "Tiger lily." And so I went and got this tiger lily tattoo. And she's like, a couple of years later, she's like, "It's not really my favorite flower." I'm like, "I don't really care. It worked, and it's memorable of when we started dating. So whatever." But we just, we got together. She moved in within about 5 months. We were engaged in about 14 months.
Wow,
and it
that's
just
quick.
like, it was, yeah. I mean, but not that Milwaukee is like this super sleepy town, but most people there, they go to college, they get a job, they find a chick, they get married, they have kids, they buy a house. Like, it's just this monotonous, like traditional Midwest way. She was from Green Bay, 18 years old. She's out the door. She went to college, out of town, and then she ended up moving to Milwaukee. And so we started talking, and we were like, man, we really are on the same path. Like, I want to go there. I want to do this. I want to have these things. And it was just like, we're in our futures lined up. And so that's what really started and made it, the deep connection. And obviously she's insanely beautiful. So there's always been a physical from the get-go.
So what made you what made you decide to like completely not cheat on her? You cheated on everybody else. So what was the kicker here?
One of the guys that I hung out with was married, and it just disgusted me when we would go out. He would just be hooking. He had a kid at home, and he's out trying to bang every girl he could find. I'm like, dude, what's the point? Like, why would you go through all of this to propose to someone and say you're going to commit your life to them and then do that? It just seems super scummy to me. I'm one of those guys that if I set a goal, I just focus on that. I've done 5 and 10,000 piece puzzles, and I can just sit there and try piece after piece after piece after piece. Mm-hmm. I haven't touched a razor blade to my face in like 12 or 13 years. I haven't worn a tie in 10 years. There's just certain things that I'd say, you know what, this is how I feel about it. And I just knew that if I was ever going to get married or ever go down that path, that I was not going to do that. And I could not wait to put a ring on this girl's finger. Like, it just was, everything was right. It was my ideal partner. And, every other girl that it didn't work out with, there was something missing. There was just some reason, and I would find dumb reasons. And Linda would say the same thing. She'd like, I'd date a guy for 2 weeks and be like, your toes are too close together. You're freaky. I don't want to, you'd find something wrong because it wasn't right. And you just knew by your gut it wasn't right. But with her, it was just everything lined up. And I just knew I could not wait to propose to her.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a music break. And when we come back, I want you to tell our audience, how they, what they could do to find the perfect mate. And so that they don't get into a situation where they don't settle. Like we want to know, what are some of the tips? What are some of the things, if they're in a relationship, what they should be looking out for? And I'm going to open it up to the audience too, to ask questions maybe about their situation, so that maybe you can give a little insight. But I'm interested to hear your tips. I'm interested to hear your insight on what some of these ladies could do if number one, they're single, they don't know how to pick the right partner, or they're in a relationship and they're not sure whether they should get engaged or married, or they are married and not sure whether they should stay. So all those things. So think about that. and
put my doctor hat on.
Put your doctor hat on, and we'll be back. All right. Oh, wow. That's interesting. I love stories, don't you?
I do too.
I think it's interesting that he sold engagement rings and he would kind of know what couples would work out and what couples wouldn't.
I mean, if you're a people person and you watch people, I think you kind of get the gist of their aura together, how they react or interact, and if they're paying attention to what the person's saying, or ignoring them, or cutting them short, you kind of can tell where the relationship's going to hit. So I'm sure he's seen many couples come in working with his dad, so it might have helped him in the end too. Which just seems like it did.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
so. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm excited to hear April May. Hi, guys.
And Catfish. Hi.
Hello.
So, before we start the song, I was wondering if you guys were interested in talking about your special announcement.
Okay.
Do it.
Sure.
It's a good
Or do you want to wait till after the song? It's up to you.
Oh, we can do it now. What do you want?
Let's do it after the song.
After the song?
Okay, sure. What are you guys going to play?
So this song's gonna feature Catfish Dave, and it's actually a song that was written by our neighbor Jerry Thompson. He passed away a couple years ago, and he was responsible for me getting involved in the washboard. He actually gifted this to me, and he built Dave's first cigar box guitar. And this is a song that he wrote that we were really fond of. So Dave wanted to do this one. It's called Sears
Okay.
Guitar.
Take it away.
If you listen for a moment, maybe you can hear the tune. Simple songs played out in broken chords. Can you almost feel the ears? I'm an old guitar from Sears. Just an old guitar from Sears. Played some swing back in the 30s. Yeah, had him dancing between the wars. Stayed a decade with some cowboy. He was drunk, drowning in his beer. I'm an old guitar from Sears. Just an old guitar from Sears. Played some folk songs with a sad girl for a while. The rain at Woodstock warped my neck. This old black man used to play me with a slide, you know, as he played for tips and beers. I'm an old guitar from Sears. Just an old guitar from Sears. Put your fingers up here on my fretboard. Hell, I played all these chords before. I got memories hidden deep down in the wood, you know, from all those people's hopes and fears. Well, I'm an old guitar from Sears. Made in 1934. Picked from pictures in a catalog one day, you know, and I was hand delivered to your door. And I like to play some more. Yeah, I like to play some more. I'm an old guitar from Sears. Just an old guitar from Sears. And I like to play some more.
I don't want that to stop.
I know.
Oh my god, I wanted that to go on for like 3 more minutes. Can you extend it? Like in the future? 'Cause I love that.
Have an instrumental in the middle of it and then pick it up again. That would be great. Not that I want to rewrite the song, but I just like the melody of it. Definitely.
Thanks.
You're
Well,
welcome. Well, thanks to your
Jerry
friend.
would be proud.
Christina says you guys play a mean washboard.
Over here. And she don't wash no clothes with that washboard there.
No. This is a
Marisa,
liberated washboard.
Elise, no clothes. Let me tell you what. We spend
You're the
Sunday,
washman. There you go. You can write
Sunday
a song.
doing the laundry. Laundry only.
You can write a song, Dave. I'm the washman.
No, it could be I'm all washed up. No, I want to say that.
Oh no, I wouldn't say
Negative.
that.
No.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Judy's here. Nice to hear
Judy.
Dave singing. Paul is here. Beautiful song.
Aw.
Beth Ann, Paula loves it. Everybody's having a great time.
Uh-huh.
So I'm excited. April. April, many of you may or may not know, but we have in the Connection Beyond World, we have a manifesting community, and we have a manifesting little manifesting course where people could go move through their dreams in 30 days, manifesting with Marisa, which is now open for enrollment. If you go to mydreamdriver.com, next 7 days, get in. And April is part of our manifesting community, and she also continued down the road to where she is designing her dream now. She took it many steps further, and so she is excited to reveal her new product with Dave. This is the reveal night. This is a big announcement for you guys, and I will just let you guys take it away.
All right. Well, our new product is an experience. It's a song experience. So we have in the past had people request us to sing songs for them at shows, and since the pandemic, we've had folks request to sing songs for people and send them those songs. And we've done that for a couple people close to us. And working with Marisa, we realized that this might be a good thing that people could really appreciate right now as they're wanting to give a gift to someone. A lot of times we can't see people right now, they're far away with the pandemic and everything. So we wrote a song that is in our traditional style of jump blues, rockabilly, and swing. And the song is called the Boogie Celebration, and this is our Boogie Celebration package. So we have a new web page called Boogie Celebration, and on this page, people can read about this song. It's a custom song, and if they would like to send that song to someone, there's a form they can fill out, and in the song, there's a place for us to sing the name of the person, sing what they're celebrating, sing the date that they're celebrating, and even a place for us to sing the name of the person who is purchasing this gift. So we will produce a video in high quality, camera resolution, audio resolution, and then we will send it to their recipient.
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, you have weddings now, you have birthdays, you have graduations. You have anniversaries, whatever it is. The springtime is full of events, and I know for me, I have a bunch of people having birthdays coming up, and I'm going to actually get one of your packages. So like, I don't want to figure out for the person that has everything, what am I going to get for this gift? This is so cool. They actually can make the video. It could be for kids, it could be for adults, it could be for elderly people. It doesn't matter. And in addition to that, there's 3 different packages they have. So you can just get the video, or you could get their gift bundle. So you can give them an experience. They can package the gift for you. They could put autographed CDs, their beer soap. There's tons of packages they have. So you could have the video, you could have a gift, and they can even gift wrap it for you. So you don't have to think about anything. You could just say, hey, April and Dave, this is the special occasion. This is what they're celebrating. I don't want to have to do a thing. They'll do it all for you, and it will be so special. And when they get that gift box, they're gonna have this gift wrap. They're gonna have a gift, and they're gonna have a video, personalized song for them. And you guys are doing a sale right now on that too. That probably won't last forever.
Correct. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we have a drop down. If someone wants to order the video, they can pick what style they want us to do it. So
oh my God.
Oh,
we could
wow.
do rockabilly, we could do swing it is one of it, and then Americana if they want Americana style. So there's a drop down where they can even choose how they prefer for us to perform it in those styles.
I love that.
I don't have a tango on there. That's not on the drop down. Just ignore this. There's no tango.
You gotta ignore
And
it.
how long from the time of, I'm sorry, and how long from the time of putting your order in, how long does it take for you guys to produce that and get that ready for people? So they know, like, in advance, like if there's a birthday coming up or anniversary.
That's a great question, Elise. Thank you. So right now we're taking pre-orders, and we want to start fulfilling the orders on the 15th of May.
Wow, you have an order already coming in. She's ordering tomorrow.
Put your orders in.
Yeah, like, and then, you know what's funny about it is that the people ordering, you guys are going to get credit for, like, thinking about this amazing thing, and you don't even have to think about it. You can be like, you're going to be like, wow, you thought about this so hard, and you put such thought into this gift for me, and so you're going to look, like, amazing, because you thought of this special thing, and really, all you need to do is, like, pay them to do it. It's totally done for you. You don't have to do a damn thing. You don't even have to go out to the store. You don't have to think about what you're going to get. And let me just tell you about this deal, because it's not. This is a pre-order. This is for the lounge. Get on it now because it's not going to be at this price like much longer at all. So, do you guys want to talk about that? Your deal for the lounge?
Sure. So it's usually $125 for the custom video. We're doing it for $99.
That's such a deal.
And our packages are priced at, they're valued at over $70, but we're pricing them at $50.
Wow. So you can get the video or you can get the bundle. So if you get the gift and the bundle, there's two options, right, for the bundle?
Yes.
So you get a video, and what can you choose from for the gift box?
Okay, there's two gift boxes. One is called Unlock the Boogie, and it's called Unlock the Boogie because it's referencing the Boogie Bus. So Catfish Dave is wearing a Boogie Bus shirt. So if you choose... That's quite enough, darling.
That's right, folks. Don't touch that dial. We got more. Right?
So if someone is interested in the Unlock the Boogie, it's a chrome key with the Boogie Bus on it, and it unlocks our catalog. There's over 50 songs and 4 bonus videos on that it's a USB key. So it's a really cute little chrome key with the Boogie Bus on one side, and you can put it in, some cars now have USB stereos, or you can put it in anything with a USB port, and it will open up our catalog of over 50 songs and 4 bonus videos, and the shirt, and 2 bars of the Junebug Suds beer soap are in that bundle. So that's the Unlock the Boogie, because you're unlocking the catalog.
And then you could get the other one with the 5 autographed CDs, right? There's the other one
called Unwrap the Boogie because there's
Unwrap
5
the Boogie.
And there's a place on the form for the autograph CDs for them to choose a drop down if they would like us to autograph them just plain signature, or for them to put the person's names to autograph it and personalize it to that person. Also in that package is 2 bars of Junebug Suds beer soap.
Oh my God. And then they could say, hey guys, I don't even think about wrapping it. You guys do it. And that's another option that you guys have.
That's another option, yes. So for that one, we will, there's a place to put the celebration that it is, which will, if they order the song, we'll know that. But if they are just ordering a bundle and they want the gift wrap, there's a place for them to put what we're celebrating. So then we will personally theme the gift wrap to match the celebration that they're doing. We'll wrap everything inside the box, and we're going to get pretty gift boxes to ship.
Right.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Go to Hallmark and spend $100? Like this is like totally. This is amazing. I'm just so excited for you guys. I'm definitely telling everybody about it. So,
Thank you so
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay!
Yeah.
And just to note,
Awesome idea.
Yeah.
Just to note, the beer soap is. Should I tell them what it is?
Sure.
Well, there's it's going to be a peach.
It's a peach
chestnut
lager.
Soap.
Yes.
And then there's
Nice.
a chocolate. There's a chocolate stout soap.
The chocolate stout is going to be in production, but we don't have that one yet.
But
that's coming in the future.
Yes.
But right now we have the
just
chestnut tea
explain, that's all I
lager.
want to say. In case people wonder what is beer soap. So it's just like it's soap, but it's just made with natural ingredients.
Yeah,
And
no
it's gonna
palm
be-
oil, all natural.
and it's going to be the scent of peach and chestnut, and which is pretty rare. And later on, it'll be a chocolate and stout, and with that'll be essence of chocolate, almost like you want to eat it,
Oh
but
my
don't
God.
eat it. I'm done.
Okay.
These soaps, I always feel like I want to bite them, and the soap maker is always like, "Don't bite them. You're not going to want to bite them." They smell like food. I mean, they smell so like dessertish. I love them.
Oh my God, guys, this is awesome. So just again, if you guys have a birthday coming up in the spring, summer, if you have a graduation, if you have a wedding, you need a baby shower gift, a wedding shower gift, anything, even a kid's birthday, anniversary, this is what you want to do. Michelle's asking Catfish Dave beer selection as well. I don't know what that means.
She
yeah.
means the two different
Oh,
kinds of beers. So right now, the chestnut peach tea lager is what is being produced, and in the future, we're working with the soap maker for him to be able to make. We gave him the ort for the chocolate stout, so he's going to work on a recipe for that.
Awesome, guys.
Yeah, that's the beer because it's from the beer selection, right?
Yes, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we are going to get back to Rob for a little wraparound here, and then you guys are coming back at the end and do another song, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited for you guys, and we'll see you right after we're done with Rob. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
everybody for your
Yeah.
comments.
Thank you.
too.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Elise, what do you think of that
Yes.
package? That's pretty awesome, right?
I'm gonna make my list.
Yeah, exactly. You can customize it too. It's not
I
like
have
just
so many. There's so many birthdays. I have graduations. I have for myself.
yeah. Maybe you should get one for
video
yourself.
myself. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's in January.
How
You
about
have some
that?
time. You have some
No.
time.
Just because
All
I
right.
like me.
Yeah, you can get this gift for yourself too,
There
as
you
well.
go.
Yes, I didn't even think about that. Celebrate yourself. All right,
For
Rob,
being you. Hi, Rob.
how are you, buddy?
Fantastic.
Are you having fun?
Yeah, it's been a blast. The music's amazing.
Aren't they great?
Awesome. What do you think about their new package? You're an entrepreneur. You think it's a good package?
I love it. When you can take something ordinary and make it extraordinary, that's always, finding a niche and just making a different experience. That's the way that people succeed.
That's right. They make it their own. They don't try to put it into a mold of what somebody else did and copy it and try to just sell it. They make it their own. You're right, Rob. So back to you. I'm so excited to ask you these questions. So what should people look for when they're trying to decide, is this the right person for me? What should people be looking for?
I'm going to steal from Tony Robbins. I was very fortunate when I graduated college. My dad sent me to a Tony Robbins weekend, and I got really into him in my early 20s. And he talked about relationships, and he said, you know what? It may sound corny, but write down a list. I mean, there are certain things that you find attractive in other people, whether it's the way that they look. Linda swore she had to date or marry somebody that was at least 6'2". I was 6'1.5", so I wore lifts for a minute until we were good.
Really?
But no.
Did you really? Okay.
No, I just said it was 6'2". So there's certain things, because if you've been into a relationship before, when you meet somebody, you're like, God, this guy's really great, but he always has nose hairs hanging out. And I'm like, but these other things are great. And it's like that nose hair thing is going to be the thing that one day you wake up and you're like, dude, pluck your nose hairs. What is wrong with you? And you're like, I'm out, I'm gone. So
right.
I
Over
think
nose hairs. Okay.
Yeah. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're successful, you write down goals. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't know where you're going. So to have an idea of who that person is really helps to narrow. And if someone comes in with 8 out of 10 things, you're like, you know what, you're a great person, but I just know that I have to have this from my partner. And if you don't have that thing, then you're going to be settling, and people that settle end up breaking up and having a hard time down the road, is what I've seen. I mean, some people are happy, some people settle, and it turns out to be a great relationship, but not usually.
So there's a lot of back and forth with a lot of experts say, if you don't fight, it's a problem. But some people say if you fight, it's good, because then you could resolve it. Like fighting leads to intimacy. What do you think about arguments? Do people who are happy argue?
Yeah, we battle, man. But to me, Linda and I are both very passionate and very strong people. So when we fight, it is earth shattering. And it's usually over something
fights.
dumb. Oh,
Yeah.
Of course. I did learn this piece of advice not too long ago, and I love sharing it. If it won't matter in 5 years, don't waste 5 minutes.
Right.
If it won't matter in 5 years, don't waste 5 minutes. So you think about somebody who left the towel or whatever you fight over. It's like, dude, you know what? This doesn't matter. This is just dumb that we're fighting over this, and try to resolve it as fast as possible.
Right. So you guys are both type A personalities? Oh, geez. And what are your astrological signs, if I might ask?
Oh, that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
I'm Sagittarius, although I was 3 weeks late. I don't know if that matters, but Linda was born in October 9th. I don't know what that is. Scorpio,
Libra.
maybe?
Sagittarius is Libra.
Yeah.
Libra.
No.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when you're both in that dominant, controlling type A personality and you're having a fight, like what the hell happens there? Who wears the pants here, really?
We both, the problem is we both are arguing our points and not listening to the other person. And finally, at some point, one of us will just say, that is not what I'm saying at all. Would you shut up and just listen? And then it's like, okay, let's take a second. What are you trying to say? Because I'm not hearing that, because I'm listening. I'm waiting to say back whatever, to fight against whatever you're saying. And so sometimes it takes a little bit. We get through it. And then it's just like, God, we got to work on our communication better. And then we work on it. And, it's just finding the resolution. We know where we want to go, and that this is just a bump in the road. And, we work through it and move forward.
Yeah. So, a lot of people, I think, especially women, when we're little girls, we're like, oh, when we find love, it's going to be all hearts and flowers, and we're going to be in love, and it's going to be like that. Like the prince is going to come, take us to the castle, and it's going to be like romance every day and a dream life, and it's just going to be amazing. And that's not really how it is, right?
No, that's not life. I mean, life is a lot of things. I mean, look, we text each other. A big thing that we did from the beginning was at 11:11. If we ever we would happen to catch the clock all the time, and we at 11:11 be like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Hey, it's 11:11," and then it turned to mwah kisses and kissy faces, emojis and stuff like that. But it just, we'd always see each other at 11:11. I think we said that to someone when we were together. When she had the corporate job and I was at home, we weren't together. But when we started working together, if we were sitting next to each other at 11:11, we'd turn around and kiss, whether it was in the morning or at night. And we did that for years. And somebody said something one time like, oh, that's going to fade off. And it's like, dude, no, it doesn't have to. Like, that means something to us. I wanted to propose on 11/11/11, but I knew she was going to know that was coming. So I did it on November 1st. But we got married on February 11th. I have 11 diamonds in my ring, 3 rows of 11 diamonds. I mean, it was just a big thing for us, and it just has always meant something. And when we feel like we're maybe drifting apart a little bit, it's like, I see 11:11, I shoot a text, and then she's like, oh, hey, and it's just like, it gets us back in the mood. We know that that's the core of who we are. So sometimes you just need a reminder of where it all started to kind of get back to, why you got together in the first place.
Yeah, and you talked about when we were talking backstage before the show, which I thought was something interesting that you had mentioned. You said when you were thinking about marrying her, she said something like about settling that made you realize, like, oh, like this is the one. Like, I forget what the actual
She said,
phrase
well, why
was.
settle? You said,
Yeah, she said, I said something
down?
about, let's settle down and get married. And she said, why settle? Why settle down? Mm-hmm. Let's go, man. Let's make something happen. And, we've been on this push. It's been crazy. So we've been together for 10 years, married for over 8. She moved in within 5 months. A few years later, 5 years later, we sold everything we had, completely started over in Los Angeles. We knew nobody. It's 5 years and 5.5 years later in Los Angeles. And now we're moving to Georgia and starting over where we don't really know anybody and just starting the journey over. And we just started like crazy when it comes to stuff like that. And it was on a whim. I mean, Linda got a job in Georgia. She was gone for like 7 weeks. She was crying the first day she got there. Why am I here? I don't want to be here. And the next day she was looking at houses. A couple weeks later, we had an offer and we closed a few weeks after that. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess I got to start packing up our house here and move out there. Mm-hmm. So it's just, it keeps things exciting. It's just figure out something new and keep things fresh. So.
Awesome. Well, I'm so happy you came and you shared your story. And I got to get your business up again. Your $1 Million Caller. If you want to know more about Rob and his shirts, and would this be a good gift for the man in your life, for the ladies to buy this shirt? I mean, how does a woman know what kind of? I would never know what kind of size of shirt to buy. Like, I'd say yes, I want to buy a shirt, but like, I don't know how to buy a men's shirt. So how does a woman want to get a guy a gift? So what do you do?
So our product is used 2 ways. One, $1 Million Collar is the technology itself. So that can be added to any dress shirt on the market. So If you know how to sew, you can sew it in. If you don't know how to sew, go to your local dry cleaner, show them the instructions and say, hey, if you do alterations, it's 3 steps. It's super easy. Only a button is easier. This knucklehead Rob I saw on a podcast could actually sew himself. He taught himself how to sew. It's so easy. He can do it. So I know you can. And it's really easy to do. Otherwise, we do have a huge selection of shirts. We have Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, Van Heusen. My shirts go Tylus. So we have shirts that are in there. So if you don't know the size, usually you just go in their closet, and it's going to be 2 numbers. So there's going to be a neck size, and then there's going to be a sleeve length. And the sleeve length is like 34, 35, and the neck is going to be anywhere between 15 and 18 usually. Mm-hmm. So if you just look at that, it's like 15, 32, 34 is going to be a smaller, and like I wear a 18, 17 neck and a 36 sleeve or something like that. So I get big old monkey arms.
So you could buy the insert, or you could buy the shirts that have the insert in them.
Right.
And it helps it helps it stay up. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. So what happens is over the course of the day, it's all just kind of crumbles and folds. And especially if you wear a jacket, there's no structure in this part of the shirt. So it's just a ribbing. It's a plastic-like material that goes into the shirt to just keep it sitting up and sitting perky all day.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
And washing it, how does it sustain in like going into the washing machine and the dryer?
That's what took me 3 years to figure out. So normal plastics would make it through the washer and dryer, and then I'd send them to the dry cleaner, and they would totally melt to the shirt. So I had to develop a material that could handle double the heat of dry cleaning. So once it's in the shirt, it lasts the life of the shirt. So if you just buy the stays themselves, they're about $2 a piece. And then they're maybe $10 to get them sewn in. But a lot of we have about 650 dry cleaners on our map that already do the installation, and they usually have them in stock. You can just pay them $10 a shirt. It's done once, get the shirt pressed, spend 12 or 13 bucks, and it's it. You're done. It's all good.
Have you branched out into like females, for like women's shirts? Because I know sometimes my collar shirts, ironing them and getting them to be, like the way they are on you right now, it's impossible after a couple, actually like one wash, you have issues.
Yeah.
With it.
So this is for any collared shirt. We just tend to focus our marketing more on men because 85% or 90% of dress shirts or collared shirts are men's shirts. I mean, the beautiful thing for women is you've got 50 million other options. Like this is the last thing I would want to go to as a woman. Like you have so many choices. For a guy, to me, this is the most versatile thing in my closet. I can roll the sleeves. I can tuck it in. I can wear a tie. I can wear it untucked. I can wear it 20 different ways. So to me, it's just the go-to piece. And I just hated when like one side would be down and one side was up. And I've got a little bit of OCD, I think. So I'd be there ironing. Linda's already ready to go. She's like, what are you doing, dude? Let's go. Like, put your shirt on. Let's go. And that's because there's no structure.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hope some of the guys in the audience are interested in. I mean, James is here. He says $1 million collar.
James.
Genius. James.
Thank you.
Yeah.
JXP.
He's our coach. JXP.
Let me see if you can see this. I would be remiss if I didn't show a picture of my Linda.
Wow.
Look at her. Woo-woo.
So you don't have to worry about the men chasing after her, do you?
I am not a jealous guy. That was one thing that she loves. So she's a stunt woman. She's a Hollywood stunt woman. She just doubled Kate Hudson. She doubled Taylor Swift. She was in Captain Marvel and Tenet. And she's done massive stuff. So, and she's fighting guys. And when they do jujitsu and all these other stuff and she's learning, she's like, yeah, so I was rolling around with Mike the other day and I'm like, that's not a normal thing. You come home and tell your husband.
Yeah, right.
I'm not jealous. I know where she's coming home. If she leaves, if she cheats on me, it's because it's something I did. Yeah. If I don't give her a reason to think of anybody else. So that's my job as a husband, and her job as a wife is to make me not think of anybody else.
Oh, so Sue actually worked selling men's clothing, and she thinks what you have is a wonderful idea.
All right. Thank you, Sue.
Yeah. So we have a lot of men in the audience tonight, so I'm sure they'll be buying your shirts. So
got a great selection. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I hope you had fun on the lounge, Rob. We really enjoyed having you.
Absolutely.
I love it.
I don't think you're sleazy at all. I think you're a nice guy. And honestly, my intuition doesn't tell, like, I think you went through a phase, but I don't think you're one of those like sleazy cheating guys. I just don't see it.
No, I can't. There's just something about it, man. And I mean, if you're going to make that commitment to someone, then that was my thing. You know, I put this ring on, I'm committed to you. And my job is to, be faithful. That's part of what I committed to on the beach in Jamaica in 2013.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Rob. I wish you guys the best of luck with your closings and all the business stuff you have going on and your move to Georgia.
Great idea.
All that stuff. And I hope we can have you on again sometime. Or even Linda.
I'd love
we can
to.
have her on
Love
too.
to,
Bring your wife next time.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
We'd love to
She'll
hear
show her
stories.
resume. Yeah, her 6-pack resume.
Okay, thank you. We're going to get back to April May. Would you like to stay on with us to cheer them on their last song?
Sure.
Awesome. All right. So I'm going to bring April May back on. We'll have everybody on here. And so how are you guys doing after you're feeling the energy of everything here?
Oh yeah, and I really enjoy listening to the interview. Very cool.
Fantastic.
Best of luck to you with your shirts. That's a great
Best of luck
idea.
with shirts, yeah.
Isn't that great?
Thank you.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
sharp. So sharp to have a crisp collar. Especially in the vintage world. The vintage world would love that too.
Yeah,
Open
Dave
the
would
doors.
like
I'm
that.
there. Whatever you need.
All right. So what are you guys going to do for your last song?
Okay, so we found a song that I really love from 1931. So we were working on a way that we would like to do it. So we're going to do it right now. It's called "It's the Girl," appropriate song for this conversation.
All right, we'll mute her.
What?
They're muting.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
It isn't the paddle, it's not the canoe, it isn't the river or skies that are blue, it isn't the love dreams that bring love to you, it's the girl, oh, it's the girl, it isn't the progress that you always wanna do, it isn't the mountain flowers or the morning dew, it isn't the love nest that brings love to you. It's the girl that makes you happy and it's the girl that makes you blue. You up and down men. What a lonely world would be without them. It isn't the songbirds, the songs that they sing. It isn't the sunshine that makes you like spring. So what is this magic that makes all the things? It's the girl, oh, it's the girl. Some folks like atmosphere when they're in love. They say, oh, Mother Nature makes love grand. Still, some lovers might complain that they need a shove. If you're a Romeo, you'll understand. It isn't the paddle, it's not the canoe. It isn't the river or skies that are blue. It isn't the love beams that bring joy to you. Wherever you go, whatever you do. It's the girl, it isn't the progress that you wanna do. It isn't the mountains, the flowers, or the morning dew. It isn't the love nest that brings love to you. It's the girl. It's the girl.
awesome, guys. I didn't know if it was done
great.
or if it was like there was a beat. I was just waiting because sometimes I have a bad habit of being like, oh, they're done. Let me start clapping, and then they're not done. So I'm just gonna wait.
That was awesome. You guys are great.
Thank you.
I love you guys.
1931, that song came from.
Awesome. We are so excited for you. I hope that you guys will go and check out BoogieCelebration.com. We love the name. You won't ever forget it. Check out BoogieCelebration.com. And if you have a special event coming up and you need to get a gift for someone and you just don't have the time, energy, or thought process to figure it all out, done for you, BoogieCelebration.com. You will look like $1 million. And now that we've transitioned to $1 million, let's just take that to $1 million caller. There we are. $1 million caller. So you get your Boogie Celebration box, you send it in the mail, and then you also show up looking like $1 million, and you have your shirt and you got your collar, and it doesn't go down, and so you look like $1 million and you have $1 million gift. There you go. Looking like $1 million. Follow Rob. Million Dollar Caller on Instagram, and Rob's website, milliondollarcaller.com. And let's not forget about our lovely Elise Sadalaro. Can we not forget about Elise Sadalaro? If you want a reading with Elise, always on the lounge, 50% off. Email her at emsat@yahoo.com. She will give you advice. She'll tell you like it is. And if you don't like it, tough shit. That's the way it is. Okay? So, yeah, well put. If you don't like it, if you want to have fluff and cookies and cream and Barbies, you're in the wrong place. Just forget about it. All right, so now that we're done with that, you guys want to like become like April and become like Rob and become like Elise and follow your dream. That's where I come in. And we've defined your dream all week. You define it, I help you refine it, and then I help you drive it, and then I help you design it. So you want to follow your dreams, manifest during this high manifestation time. MyDreamDriver.com. Enrollment is open. Over the next 2 days, we have amazing bonuses. I am even adding another one of my signature programs on for free as a bonus. You will not get this again. We're not doing an open and closed enrollment ever again. You get 2 live experiences, and you get access to 2 of our private communities for support to get your dreams manifested. So I would just say, if you're smart, you just go on all of our websites, get all the products, get all the services, and enjoy your life. And thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. Thanks for coming to the lounge. We'll see you soon.
Bye.